Golden Knights organization announced this morning that we relieved head coach Gerard Gallant and assistant coach Mike Kelly from their coaching duties with our team.
I don't think we reached our potential for this year so far, and it cost Turk his job.
Not really a big surprise. I know they've been struggling this season, last few games, so hopefully they can make some good changes. And
it was really shocking to hear that, they fired him. I hope they have a really good reason for it.
An absolute bombshell of an announcement from the Golden Knights this morning. Head coach Gerard Gallant has been fired.
It sent shockwaves through the league and right here in the Valley. Fox 5 sports reporter Vince Sapienza is here to explain how we got here, and so many people are shocked.
Jacqueline, John, I've got to be honest with you. This is not something I expected to see today or even at the end of the season. Not even 2 years ago, Gerard Gallant was named head coach of the year, took his team to the Stanley Cup final, and today he's out of a job.
As a manager, sometimes you have a feeling that something isn't the way you need it to be or want it to be. We feel we've underperformed a little bit, and certainly that's not to pile out at the feet of Mike and Gerard, but sometimes you feel a change is needed.
And that change is former San Jose Sharks bench boss Pete DEBOER, who in the same press release was named the second head coach in Golden Knights history. DEBOER was fired by the Sharks back in December for similar reasons as head coach Gerard Gallant. DEBOER coached for more than 4 years in San Jose. In his 12 years of coaching, he's reached the Stanley Cup Finals with 2 different teams, most recently with San Jose back in 2015.
I think Peter's a really good coach. He's had a lot of success in the National Hockey League. Of course, with him working most recently in the Pacific Division, we've had a chance to watch his teams play. I think that his teams are always very well prepared, very well coached. We expect that he'll do a really good job for us. I think he's a very respected coach in the industry.
Now, John, Jacqueline, we're obviously going to get more into DEBOER here later in the next few hours, but when you break down everything that Kelly McCrimmon said in today's interview of the announcement, was he wanted his teams more prepared. That's something we haven't seen from the Golden Knights in recent weeks. In the last 5 games, they've seen themselves down 3-0 in deficits multiple times, and as shocking as this is something they said they've been talking about for a while now, but in the last 24 hours, things really picked up.
And the tone from players in interviews today, they just it's kind of a tone of sadness, but they're taking the blame on themselves as a team, from what you're hearing.
Well, we know that, you can't fire an entire team. You can fire one head coach, and that's essentially what happened here today. The Golden Knights know they haven't played well. They admit it time and time again, but at the end of the day, something has to change. Unfortunately, when you're the top dog and when you're the head coach and you're the head of a team, that's where it starts.
Starts at the top, certainly.
Consistency has been an issue for a while now, so why now?
Well, I think it's twofold. I think General Manager Kelly McCrimmon has seen enough of head coach Gerard Gallant. It hasn't been getting better since year 1. We all know what happened in year 1, catching lightning in a bottle. But when you see Pete DEBOER and you see the resume that he has, no, he doesn't have a Stanley Cup championship to his name, but he's reached the Stanley Cup final with 2 different teams. This team, the Golden Knights, is probably the most talented we've seen in the franchise's history. The Golden Knights don't want to squander that. So as frustrating as this is for the fans, and we're going to hear from them in a little bit, the silver lining is that management sees more in this team, and if they're going to do what they can to get more out of it. And right now, their decision, despite many people not liking it, is removing Gerard Gallant.
A lot of division among fans about this, too. All right, Vince, thank you. And our sports director, Kevin Bollinger, is on his way to Ottawa right now as the team gets ready to take on the Senators tomorrow without Gallant. We'll have live reports from Canada beginning tomorrow morning.